Happy Monday. I hope you all had a peaceful, restful weekend as much as you could. Just wanted to jump in real quick. I hadn't been on in a while and share some Monday motivation, encouragement, inspiration, a push, a pull, whatever it is that you need to get through today and the rest of this week. So we know that a lot of hearts have been heavy these past few days, and I just wanted to encourage you in the midst of all of this, y'all. Maintain your peace, maintain your sanity. The arguments, the disagreements, and we say let's agree to disagree, but for some reason that has not been the common theme these past few days. So some things that I just want to encourage you to do as you are trying to maintain your peace and trying to maintain your sanity is, number one, set boundaries. Setting boundaries is not saying just me, but it's saying us. So, or that I'm forgetting you, don't want you involved in anything that I'm doing or saying. But setting those boundaries to say, you know what, right now is not the time for us to talk about that. Some things about setting boundaries, especially when it comes to social media, is muting, unfollowing, or snoozing accounts that constantly share upsetting political content. It is your social media account. It is yours. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever it is, whatever platform you are on, it is yours. So you have the right to set those boundaries. Look for feed where pages that inspire you, that uplift you, and bring joy. Being mindful of what it is that you are watching and listening to on a daily basis, not just because of what's going on now, but just in life, because what goes in is what's going to come out. So let's focus on things that are more positive, things that are more encouraging and inspiring. And then, as I have done here recently, limiting your screen time. Constant scrolling can cause a lot of confusion. It can cause us to be competitive in a negative way. It can lead us to start comparing our lives to what others have going on. And we know that comparison in a negative way can rob us of our joy, can rob us of our peace. So to focus on what others are doing, let's limit that. Let's just focus on what we got going on, because most of us have enough going on that we don't have to look at what others have going on and then compare where we are in life to where they are in life, because their journey and our journey are separate journeys, and each one of us should be focusing on our own journey and how we're getting through it, not comparing or worrying about what the other one has going on. And then practice mindful pauses. Sometimes we just gotta pause, stop, think. Notice when you feel triggered, anxious, or angry, and step away before reacting. We want to respond and not react. So that may require us taking a pause, taking a break, taking a deep breath, so that we can pause and think about what we are about to say, or even what we're about to do before we respond. Engage in what you can control. Instead of getting drained by arguments online, channel your energy into positive actions. Some things that was suggested when I looked this up was volunteering, community work, or even private journaling. Remind yourself that not every battle online is yours to fight. You don't have to go to everything that you're invited to. You don't have to entertain every argument you're invited to. You don't have to entertain every fight that you're invited to. You don't have to entertain every disagreement that you're invited to. You get to choose. The choice is yours to determine what you're going to engage in and what you're not. What is the why? What is the purpose of engaging in this conversation when most of the times individuals have their mindset on what they're wanting to believe, and you're not going to sway them, and 9 times out of 10 they're not going to sway you. So let's agree to disagree. Protect your mental and emotional space. Replace some scrolling time with calming activities, prayer, meditation, exercise, or listening to uplifting music podcasts. Stay grounded in your values and peace rather than being consumed by constant news updates. And here are some practical ways to agree to disagree gracefully, both online and in general conversations. Use respectful phrases. This takes being intentional. Again, practicing the pause and thinking before you respond. I see your, this is an example. I see your perspective, even though I view it differently. We may not agree, but I respect your right to your opinion. Now, the thing about this, y'all, is you can't say it and then don't do it. So if we're in conversation and you're telling me you respect my right to my own opinion, but then you flip and then you're cussing me out, or and not even cussing me out, but using strong words to tell me that I'm wrong when you just said that we're going to respect each other to agree to disagree. If you say that, y'all, we got to put it into practice, okay? Let's leave it here. I'd rather protect our peace than win an argument. Some battles, you know what? Pick your battles. Some of them just are not worth getting into it over, where we lose friendship, where we lose our own integrity, and we get out of character for absolutely no reason. Set boundaries kindly. Shift the focus. This conversation feels heavy. Let's talk about something lighter. Or limit engagement online by not responding to every comment or tagging. You don't have to respond to everything. That's their opinion. Okay, keep it moving. That's all we got to do. Number 3, keep perspective. Remind yourself one disagreement doesn't define the entire relationship. Now, I agree with that to a point, because sometimes once I find out a particular viewpoint that an individual may have, that may be the deciding factor if we need to continue to be eating buddies, breaking bread buddies. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm gonna disrespect you. That doesn't mean that I won't say hello to you, but that just means that we're walking in 2 different paths, and that is okay. That is okay. Not everyone is meant to think like you, and that's okay. Number 4, choose relationship over argument. Ask yourself, what's more important, being right or being at peace? Walk away if a discussion is going in circles. Number 5, anchor in peace. Silently affirm, different views don't have to disturb my peace. Practice letting go of the need to convince. And that's a hard one for a lot of us, because most of us, and I'm one of those, if I know that I know that I know, or I feel like I know that I know what I know, you're not going to convince me differently, and I will be passionate about what I have to say. So knowing that characteristic about me, is best for me to say, you know what, we're going to leave this right where it is. We're not going to keep talking about this. Let's talk about something different. Let's change the subject. And in most cases, let's not even go there. Let's not even start that subject, because we already know what's gonna happen, how it's gonna turn out, right? So be reminded, Proverbs 15:1, a gentle answer turns away anger, but a harsh word stirs up wrath. James 1:19-20. My dear brothers and sisters, understand this. Everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to anger, for human anger does not accomplish God's righteousness. I think that's one that we all should write down today. We should meditate on for this week. James 1:19-20. My dear brothers, and this is from the Christian Standard Version. My dear brothers and sisters, understand this. Everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to anger. For human anger doesn't, however you want to say it, does not accomplish God's righteousness. So think about this. I choose peace over noise. I release what I cannot control and protect my mind, my heart, and my joy. Have an amazing Monday and the rest of the week.